It's Friday, January the 24th, 2014. I'm Mark Chatterley and this is episode number 18 of T.E.N, Transport Evolved News for the week beginning January the 20th, 2014. This week saw the Nissan Leaf reach a massive milestone when it comes to the car production and sales. Nissan delivered the 10,000th Leaf to a buyer in the UK and the 99,999th Leaf to a buyer in the US. The UK buyer was a dentist, yes, US viewers, we do have them over here, from Fareham called Dr. Brent Garner. He and his wife decided to buy a Leaf after an extended test drive, including a 500-mile long-range test. The US buyer was Amy Eisenberger, a mother of two from Charlottesville, Virginia. She bought hers after experiencing the feel and drive of a workmate's Leaf. The Leaf has hit this milestone after just 3 years of production. To put this into context, the Toyota Prius was at 76,600 sales at that mark. And the Prius didn't hit the 100,000 mark until well into its 4th year of global sales. Add 3 more years to that if you want to count from when it was first went into production. The Leaf is now the best-selling all-electric car in the world with a 45% market share. Not too bad at all, Nissan. Not too bad at all. The Ford Focus EV, from what I've read, is a very competent electric car. Unfortunately, Ford isn't that interested in selling it in huge numbers outside of California. If anyone has one in the UK and can hook me up with a test ride, I'd really like to have a go. However, it seems that Ford may be developing a plug-in version of the Focus which may, we hope, have a wider sales base. Called the Ford Focus Energy, that's with an I at the end, not a Y, yeah, I'm not sure why either, the car would feature a 2-litre 4-cylinder engine with an electric motor and a 7.6 kilowatt-hour lithium-ion battery pack. This should give it around 35 miles of all-electric range. Sources close to Ford claim the sticker price of around $27,500 for fleet operators, which means nearer to $30,000 for private buyers. Fingers crossed this gets put into sale everywhere. Come on Ford, we all want a Focus with a plug. Last time I hosted T.E.N, I talked to you about the Nissan diesel black cabs and the future all-electric black cabs. Well, hot off the heels of that announcement, Metrocab, the company responsible for building most of the Hackney carriages in London, today have released details of their prototype range-extended taxicab. It has an all-electric range according to the London Public Carriage Office test cycle of around 50 miles, thanks to the taxi's onboard 12.2 kilowatt-hour lithium-ion battery pack. That might sound like quite a lot for such a small pack, but it's worth remembering that taxis in the centre of London really don't build up a lot of speed. When the battery pack is depleted, a 1-litre range-extended engine kicks in, providing a combined fuel economy on the PCO test cycle of around 70 miles per UK gallon. That's just over 58 miles per US gallon. Given that taxis aren't expected to accelerate all that much beyond the 30-mile-an-hour limit in force around most of London, there's no mention of a 0 to 30 or 0 to 60 time for the cab. But Metrocab says the vehicle is electronically limited to 80 miles an hour, which is more than enough to circumnavigate London on the M25, which is our big motorway around London, essentially. A very interesting lease quote was released onto the internet this week, showing an i3 with range-extended engine coming in at over $900 a month. George Bitek, a current active e-driver, was given this quote for a BMW i3 Rex from Stevens Creek BMW in Santa Clara, which required a drive-off payment of nearly $2,000 with a monthly cost of $930 a month for 36 months. Yeah, wow. It would be fair to say that this came as a bit of a shock to him. We spoke to a source close to BMW Finance who said that these lease figures have been based off of an unfinished internal bulletin and are not final. We were told that they are currently working on the official i3 financing figures at the moment and they will be released soon. But it seems that some dealers have been happy to go ahead with quotes anyway, and for many potential buyers the official figures can't come soon enough. So come on, get your skates on BMW and try not to make the lease too close to the Model S lease if you can help it at all. While all this has been happening in the US, UK deliverers have started without much fanfare, just a nice quiet rollout. So if you're an i3 customer in the UK, maybe you could get in touch and let us know what you think of the car, the good, the bad, and maybe if you even leased it or not. It'd be really good to know. Speaking of the Model S lease price, it seems that Tesla really wants people to lease their cars, and Elon Musk, Tesla's CEO, says it's the future of the automotive industry. Tesla have already made some interesting steps when it comes to leasing. They have guaranteed that the Model S will be worth no less than a Merc S-Class luxury sedan, with Musk himself agreeing to buy back the cars at that price even if the rest of the world doesn't think they're worth that much. Tesla has also added a lease calculator to their website so prospective buyers can work out the real-world monthly cost to them when leasing a Model S. For example, a base model Model S in the US has an effective monthly lease of $609 a month. That figure is made up from a lease of $986 a month, minus EV incentives, money saved on gas, and the guaranteed resale value. The overall figure can get even less when you factor in HOV lane access and even saving time driving to and from the gas station. Yeah, they might be pushing it a bit with that one. Maybe leasing is the future, maybe not. But with Musk pushing the lease option, we're sure he'll find some way to make loads of people sign up. It's kind of what he does. Staying with Tesla, this week they officially unveiled prices of the Model S in China. And they're reasonable. The Model S will start at 734,000 renminbi. What makes this special is this figure was arrived at by Tesla taking the US price and then adding on the various taxes, shipping and customs needed to get the car to China. This makes the Model S incredibly well priced in China. It comes in at about the same price as a Mercedes-Benz CLS 300 or a BMW 5 Series GT. Both of which I'm sure are lovely cars in their own right, but aren't really comparable to the Model S in size or style. This could go one of two ways for Tesla. Either loads of sales due to the relatively low price, or few sales as it won't be seen as a premium product. I can't help but think though that this price wouldn't have been set without some serious thought and market research from Tesla, and I really hope it works out well for them. If anything interesting happens on this front, we'll let you know about it. I'm sure most of us have experienced it. You log in to check your emails as you know you have an urgent message, or log into an online system you need to use right now and find that the system is down for essential maintenance. It's annoying and frustrating. But what if you were relying on that system to charge up your car? Well, this could be a reality for EV drivers in the UK this coming Tuesday when one of our many charging networks is pushing out an update. While the update is happening, some of the charging stations on their network will lose their 3G connection to the main back-end server. In the real world, this means that anyone coming up and swiping their card to get access to the charging station will not be able to be identified as an authorised user, and the charging station will do nothing. We've been told that these charging stations do keep a locally stored cache of recent authenticated users, so if a driver has used that specific charging station before, they may be able to get a charge. But personally, I wouldn't be relying on that. The update will start happening at 6:30 PM on a Tuesday because, you know, that's the best time to push an update that'll take down part of a network people rely on for fuel. So if you're a UK driver, watch out. Really, 6:30 on a Tuesday. Next week, well, to be precise in 5 days, I will get my hands on a Model S. Yes, me in a Model S, finally. To say I'm a little bit excited about this might be an understatement. But it seems that this excitement doesn't go away even if you're a family who owns a Model S. Have a look at this brilliant video that we stumbled across on YouTube this week. The three girls in the back just can't get enough of Tesla's jet-like acceleration, demanding for their parents to floor it again and again and again. The parents seem to be loving the experience too, laughing and praying along with their girls. Maybe, along with the EV grin, we need to come up with a EV giggle or something like that. Oh yes, and if there are any questions you want answered about the European spec Model S for when Nikki and I drive it, just get in touch and we'll do our best to answer them. Me, in a Model S. And finally, do you like that new car smell? I've even had friends talk about the new Apple product smell, but what about a new Tesla smell? Well, one YouTube comedy channel took that to the next and slightly creepy level with their video for a fake advert of Elon's Musk. It seems that after taking on the banks with PayPal, the automotive industry with Tesla, and the aerospace industry with SpaceX, Elon's next going to take on the fragrance industry with Elon's Musk. The whole video is really worth a watch, if only for the breathy, hushed voice repeating random words over the top of the advert. That's it for this week. Don't forget to join us next week for another episode of T.E.N. In the meantime, visit www.transportevolved.com for all the EV news that's fit to print, subscribe to our channel and other shows on YouTube, and join us live on Sunday where we'll be discussing these stories and others on Transport Evolved. I'm Mark Chasley, and until next time, stay juiced up! What have you done today to make you feel proud? I recorded T.E.N.